Hey guys, Sharkface here back with another video, and today I just want to talk about Caleb's and my past. I mean, our past was like normal friendships. Yeah. So Caleb, him and me would always be shy to each other about the first week of school, and I would always be saying I hate North Korea. I don't know if any of you remember that. Then one day he wore the Stan TDM shirt, and I asked him, you like Dan TDM? And he said, yeah. And then we kind of talked about Dan TDM, and then we got into figuring out that we had more in common. And then him and me just kind of like synced together, and it was just a lot of, there was just a lot of stuff that we had in common. I mean, we both loved, and I mean, right now, like, if I'm saying this clearly, I mean, we loved, like, Pat and Jen, or, like, all the Minecraft YouTubers we loved to watch together. And one day, I finally got to know his phone number. And at the time, I was so happy. Like, boy, you could have called me the happiest kid in the world right now. Like, bro, I would literally fall over my chair whenever Caleb called me. So, shout out to Caleb, actually. Him and me, we've been through a lot together. 'Cause I mean, like, a lot. So, yeah. There was this one time where we didn't really like each other for a little bit. I mean, it was only for, like, a week, and what happens is that, I was just getting salty at him for doing something. I can't remember what the heck that was, but I remember it wasn't important. But sometimes he made me salty, sometimes I made him salty. We were both salty sources at the time, but then we got, used to it. Him and me, we never really liked being mad at each other, because it sucked. Like, if you ever mad at a friend, don't even, like, try to make up with them as fast as possible, because it sucks. Like, and every time I look back at why he was mad at me, I literally cannot remember. It was so long ago that I didn't even realize on what I just did. It was very unimportant, and I was just acting like a little stupid head. And yeah, so Caleb and me, we're pretty good friends now. We're actually more than pretty good. We're really, really good. Really good friends. Probably one of the best friends that I had ever. Really. But if we're actually talking, I just don't want to say this, but, like, at one time, I'm not saying that he is now, but at one time, I think Caleb was kind of, I wouldn't say weird, I would say a little bit, more on the Caroline side. Sorry, Caroline. He's more on the Caroline side, and he was just weird, so I kind of stayed away from him as long as possible. And I never like being mad at somebody. I mean, it's just something that I have. But, yeah, I really don't like it. I really hope this video is towards Caleb, and shout out to his channel once again. And, I mean, Caleb, he is a really, really, really nice guy. Like, probably the nicest. Like, if he had a girlfriend, it'd probably be Beyonce. But, yeah, so let me just tell you a little bit of our backstories. So me as a little shrimp, was born in Hyde, Now, Hyde is like a place that's very tiny. There's like, 6 houses? I'm not gonna say where, because I don't want all y'all weirdos trying to find us. But, yeah, Hyde is a very tiny place. And it was just, difficult, kind of, growing up there. 'Cause there was nobody there. I didn't have any friends. And it's just really, it was just really hard to communicate with people because I had no friends. Like, there is this one kid across the street, his name was Brayden, and I only got to see him like 5 times tops a year. And because he really never came out of his house. I mean, it was just straight up a nightmare. But at one point, I got really used to it. And I really enjoy talking about Brady nowadays. Because him and me are now great friends. I mean, I see him like every single, like, freaking week. Yeah, him and me are like one of the bestest friends that ever lived. So yeah, talking about this, I was a little shrimp. And I grew up in a little place called Hyde with a little, house. I wouldn't say little, actually. Pretty decent size, but instead of a house, it was more like an apartment. And I just really didn't get to know myself when I was little. I mean, my grandma still talks about me when I was little, but that never really happened. I seriously don't remember anything. It's kind of like, you know how like you were just like isolated. Pretend that, okay? Like with nobody, but you had everything, but nobody. That's kind of what it felt like. I mean, I didn't have everything, and I didn't have nobody. I mean, my mom and me grew us a very strong connection. I mean, I really didn't get to see my dad that much, but if I had to cease, I would probably say that I was not even 5 till I even remembered the first time I met my dad. 'Cause like, yeah. So now enough about me. Let's talk about Caleb. Now Caleb, I'm gonna say as much as I know about him. He was born in. Oh my gosh. I forgot. He was born in. Well, let's say I would have to say he's born in 2008 to 2007. I really don't know. And he was born in a little place called Lone Rock. It's not little. It's huge, a lot huger than me. And he had a couple friends. He had someone named Allison. He had Caroline. He had a couple friends, Boone. He had a lot of people in his life, and yeah. So he was very he's very kind. He was very a liking kid. He would always like be nice and all that, and yeah, whatever. So I really didn't get to the point where I know everything about him, but he is a really good friend, and I really wouldn't have anybody else other than him on that island. He is very supportive. I mean, and he tries his hardest. Like, he's a trier, not a try hard. He's a try harder. He's probably the best of the best. If Fortnite was a real game, he'd probably be like on the top. No joke about it. And every time it just feels like he's not even there. Like, bro. But when I do get to see him, I really like those moments, and I really hope that doesn't even change. Now, him and me, we are fairly good friends, as you know, that I said a million times in this video. And how do I say this? Him and me, we're just not like, we're not very connected, but we are pretty much bestest of friends that you could probably think of. Like, it's just so nice to have a friend like him, and our past is really enjoyable. Like, if it was a movie, you probably watched a movie like about 10 times. And I really didn't get to forward seeing him when we were younger. I wish I really could. I really wish I did, cause I would just like to know him before we even met the time we met, cause he was a nice kid when I met him. I'm just not sure what he was when he was little.